Hi, I have shuffled the cards and separate them in three different groups. Group number one, group number two, group number three. Please take a minute to take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Look at each pack. Maybe you can look at the stones. Maybe you can close your eyes, focus on your third eye, and ask for guidance from the universe. Today our theme will be universal guidance. So please make your selection, and we'll start with group number one. All right, group number one. All right, seems like we have, first of all, a color theme, which is really good. For me, I feel right away a sense of higher wisdom, kind of receiving a lot of knowledge from your higher consciousness, your higher self. And usually the higher self is that inner voice, that intuition, that it's always in the back of our mind, our thoughts, but most of the time we are reacting, and we're going through life acting on our immediate thoughts. But if we take a moment to be mindful, I feel that you can tap into even deeper kind of meaning about what's happening in front of you, what are people telling you. If you take a little bit of time to set yourself in the present moment, I feel that you can tap into seeing beyond the veil of what people are trying to tell you, or what their situation that you're facing forward. And it's when you're kind of present in the moment, but you at the same time adapt an attitude of stepping back, like the owl, which is very observant. The owl, you see that the owl in its habitat, it's always looking out, pacing himself, herself, looking at the environment, trying to understand from a higher perspective. And that's where the wisdom comes. And it's not an immediate reaction. So I feel for this group, there's a need to take things as they are without making assumptions and reacting really quick. You will benefit a lot by just letting things be for a moment, and kind of letting people say their what they need to say, what they need to explain. Maybe think about what would it feel like to be in their shoes. See it from a higher perspective. Even when you go out and you have weird interactions with other people, I feel like you can step back. And when you do that, right away you are tapping into that inner wisdom, that what you believe, what you always thought that it was the truth, it becomes a reality because you're tapping into that belief system that you know that exists and that resonates with you. So when we are going into tapping into the frequency of belief, supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. Again, I feel like just tapping into the moment. You are actually connecting with that higher wisdom that is connected to Source. But at the end of the day, we're beings of light. So you're just centering yourself to receive a higher wisdom. Yet you're functioning in this three-dimensional world. So you need to keep your feet on the ground. And what's the universe message for you? I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. How many times we lead our day with fear, and that can consume we start our day with fear and that consumes the rest of our day. And when we recognize that we are kind of approaching everything with a fear mindset, a fear-based attitude, it won't lead us to where our heart really wants to go, right? Because we're not really tapping into our self-confidence. So when we recognize, when we are present, again, we're mindful, we're here, we're connecting to Source. We recognize that when we tap into the frequency of love, the empowerment, the sense of empowerment will come back to you. Okay? Recognize it's okay to have fear. It's okay. We question ourselves all the time. We wonder what we should do with certain people, certain situations, and that's okay. But it's just a thought. If a thought that it has to come back to love, because when you connect, you just try it. Close your eyes and connect with that loving higher self. You will see how your frequency and your energy immediately will change. And once you start calling yourself out every time you tap in the fear mode, in panic mode, and you go back into no, touch your heart, feel the love for yourself, for the life that you have, for the things that you have. Just be present. Don't think of the things that you should have or might come or you didn't have. Just think about the present love. And that frequency will change your whole day. Okay, so for group number 1, I feel like the message is actually about taking a moment when we feel anxious or tense, maybe panicking, to see things in a bigger perspective, to connect with a higher source and believe that the universe does have our back and is constantly listening. We don't have to even say it out loud. The universe knows what we want. But we have to always come back to the frequency of love in order to receive all these messages and feel comforted by the higher source, the higher power, and ultimately your higher self, your inner wisdom. All right? Hope this resonates with some of you, and thank you, group number 1. All right, we have group number 2. Trying to honor the same order that I started. I feel like these cards are very specific with their messages, and I want to honor those messages and how I can make sense of them in the order that makes sense to me. So group number 2. Wow, right away it's very dynamic. Look at these cards. All right, let's read them. Align your universe. Navigate distractions. We have empowerment. And it says the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. What a great geometry shape. Okay. Right away, I'm feeling that you guys, group number 2, is tapping into their own power, their own sense of power. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Wow, I think group number 3 is seeing a lot of manifestation in their life. What I'm feeling for group number 3 is that they have been receiving a lot of messages from the universe. They have been working on aligning. Maybe you have been working on meditating, aligning with your chakras, and maybe finding a balance in your life where everything kind of feels aligned, and that will allows you to receive messages. I feel that there has been a lot of thinking. You've been wondering what's going to happen about certain situations. Something about springtime that has been kind of an epiphany for you around this time. You have made some type of realization that has brought you new ideas, that have made you see things, kind of releasing things, and let things metaphor, like this butterfly here. You have allowed this season of spring has brought you a lot of flourishing things, that results that you have been kind of manifesting. And when you're seeing these results, you have tapped back into your empowerment. I feel that you guys have been able to remind yourself of how powerful we are, as human beings. How can we manifest when we are aligned with the universe and we tap into its frequency and messages. And as you can see, it all starts in the center with our being, our soul, our energy, and it starts flourishing. It's a domino effect that affects all aspects of our lives. It's kind of uniting all of the things that we have gone through, we have learned. It just like, boom, makes you feel like you're ready. You guys are ready for a challenge. I feel like you guys are ready for a big challenge that you've been waiting for, and you've been working a lot, creating that reality, manifesting. You're believing in yourself, you're focusing on your goals, and the universe is sending all those things to you. Look at this. And you're seeing that everything actually has been connected. Everything that has happened to you, good or bad, that has hurt, is all connected. It all makes sense now. So group number 2, I feel that you guys are gaining a lot of self-confidence, and you're tapping into your self-worth. You are taking the lead, you're taking the steps. You have worked a lot on your foundation, and you're seeing how things are manifesting. Things are blooming, they're flowing, you're releasing, it's flourishing, and the universe will keep sending you more and more and more because you are creating, you are tapping into that creation and manifestation energy. So, guys, group number 2, I'm very proud of you. My advice would be to keep tapping into your intuition, keep trusting, and when you feel a little lost or a little bit unmotivated or you're doubtful, just get back into the alignment. This will always keep you on track. All right, I wish you the best. Group number 3. I apologize. I think I lost a little bit of the light. But I really like this stone. All right. And as I mentioned in the other video, I'm gonna just honor the order of the cards that I shuffled them. And I feel like I can make sense of the messages I receive. And let's see what you guys, group number 3, have called in. All right. We have ground your light. Let your soul shine. All right. Group number 3. Receiving messages. Tapping into that third eye. Remembrance. Wow. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in a body, providing us with valuable information and tools and flow gracefully within this life. All right. The message from the universe. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. This could be you, looking at yourself with the eyes of love and self-compassion and self-kindness. And that's what I feel for group number 3, actually. I feel that group number 3 is working on being kind with themselves, tapping into that loving energy of the universe, just connecting with themselves, trying to find that groundness. It's a lot of work in your sacral chakra, maybe being outdoors, taking the sun, receiving some sunlight. If you guys haven't done that yet, or you're not used to do it, maybe try it for just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Go outside, sit in a place that you can feel calm for 5-10 minutes, that you can receive the sunlight. Of course, protect your skin if you're vulnerable to the sunlight. But receiving direct sunlight, sunshine, it's a great feeling afterwards. I can't describe it, but it kind of clears your mind in a way that being indoors will never do for you. You know, you're tapping into, you're connecting with this kind of energy and huge solar system that is the sun. Remembrance. With this card, once you go outdoors and you're tapping with your inner wisdom, your inner self, you're gonna start realizing that everything that you've gone through, everything that you've been through is of value, has been very valuable, because it has provided you with all this wisdom that you didn't have. And when I see this kind of Aztec, like Mayan or Aztecs artwork, native artwork. For me, it looks like a little bit like a labyrinth, and that's how kind of life it feels for you. You know, it has been like you have been going through a lot, trying to find your way, yet there's always a light guiding you, and you know that, and you feel it, and I think you're being really good at tapping with that. So I'm happy that you, group number 3, is kind of seeing now what everything, why and how everything has led you to where you are right now. You have been able to see your mistakes, your accomplishments, and you have to be able to see them as they are with love and compassion and let them go. You know, you have been attached. It has been an obstacle. It has been weighting you down. This feeling of guilty of the past, what you should have done, what you haven't done, and it's time to let it go. And I feel like for group number 3, you guys are, if you're not there, you're very close. You're seeing things in a different perspective, kind of reflecting on everything that you've been through and receiving these messages. You're kind of like resetting again, reprogramming, clearing, cleaning, fresh start. And always, always, always seeing yourself first with the eyes of love. That's the most important thing. That you have gone through a lot because of a reason. So you have to remember to be loving and caring of yourself. That's not selfish. That's self-love, and also you will be happy to love everyone else around you. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, group number 3, keep tapping into that self-love and that self-compassion. I think you guys are tapping into this beautiful energy that's opening and bringing new messages for you.